All right, everybody. Welcome to another New York live session. This is Paul McMillan II, and it is July 14, 2022. So let's go ahead and check the news. And as we can see, the euro was under some major news at about 5 a.m. this morning. We're past that. The USD is going to be under major news at 8:30 and then 11 a.m. These are kind of medium news, so might affect the US dollar a little bit, might not. So we'll look at some pairs here and figure out what would be ideal to trade. Definitely thinking the euro, the EU might be something I want to trade today. It's a possibility. TJ looks like it might be in a good position on the 4-hour. I see a bearish candle. Let me pause this recording and figure out what I'm going to decide to trade. Be right back. All right, so I'm going to go ahead with EU. Looks like it might be a good setup with that. So what I'm going to do is start on the first step, and that is to mark up from the 15-minute time frame to the 4-hour time frame. So let me go ahead and go all the way back in price. Then once I get back to the beginning, we'll get started. All right, so I'm going to put a vertical line here. And then we're going to start marking up institutional support and resistance. So these are areas where there's a huge liquidity grab, and areas where the institutions have actually hit these areas to gather a lot of liquidity and then made a big move. So these are the areas I'm going to mark up. Actually, this might be good here. And then I'm going to draw my zones under these lines. All right. So we pretty much marked that up. Mark this up. Forgot to get this here. All right, so now I'm gonna move on to the 30-minute. So now we're going to mark up this area here. This is a pretty decent area here. We're going to make this green. Let's see, this area here. And then I'm going to mark up my zones on these areas. Now we're going to move on to the 1 hour. So we're going to mark up these areas here. And, you know, and these are areas where you can see that price is gathering liquidity grabs and making moves to the next zone. These are the key areas we want to be at. Right. Now we're going to go to the 4 hour. These are all the zones we marked up so well, and they look great. Now we're going to go down to here. Then we want to mark up, let's see a very good area here. Make this purple. This is probably a good area here. Then we'll make our demand zone right there. And we'll see how it looks on the 15-minute. So now that we marked everything up, the next thing we're going to do is figure out the overall trend. And we can see that price is clearly doing a beautiful downtrend. We can even see that on the RSI. So we're going to draw trend line here. When in the heck did I change my trend line to yellow? What happened there? Oh, I clicked the arrow by mistake. Switch my trend line back over here. No wonder. There we go. So we'll say that price is overall bearish at this point. So that's what we're going to say. So then what we're going to do is we're going to go to the 1 hour time frame and see if that is bearish as well. And we can see that it is bearish. So then what I'm going to do is just draw another trend line. And erase this one. And then go to the 30. Same thing, price is still bearish. You can see current price is bearish here. So then I'm gonna just draw a trend line here. So then now that we have a confluence from the 4 hour to the 30-minute that price is bearish, we can move on to the 15-minute and proceed. So now, what I would want to do is actually I'm a trend line here. I'm going to draw a trend line for this here. Then what we're going to do is, the very next thing we're going to do is we're going to locate the most recent high and the most recent low. So we're going to turn on a higher high and lower low strategy indicator. So this is the most recent high I can see here. So I would be looking for price to break and retest really above this high in order for it to buy. In order for it to sell, I would pick this one, but price is close. So I would say this most recent low here. That's going to be the break and retest for the sell. And that's what I'm going to be looking for. And so now that I've figured that out, now we're going to turn on our institutional indicator. All right. So now we see that there was a previous big move that the institutions did here. That's what caused this downtrend. So even though they made a lot of money on this sell order, but there's a lot of buy orders that got left open. So they've came back and mitigated this area so far. So it's a possibility they could come back up and mitigate this area and then shoot it back down. Or they could buy price up to fill this imbalance and set it up to this zone, or they can just send price straight down to sell to this next zone. So that's the reason why I have these break and retest lines. Now, if, let's see, I want to check something here. Now, if price decides to see, break and retest here, then I'm looking to get at least 12 to 25 pips. I mean, 12 to 20 pips. That's my goal. If it buys up, then I'm looking to get 10 to 25 as well. I mean, 10 to 20 as well. So that would be up over this mitigation zone. So what I want to do is set my risk to reward tools. Get at least 2 to 1 in the trade. And I want to get at least 12 to 20 pips. So 12 pips will be here. So that would be TP1. And then 20 pips will be down. Well, 20 plus will be this second take profit here. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So that would be my risk to reward for the sell. Now, my goal is to get 12 to 20 pips here as well. So 12 pips would be here. And then you got 20 pips on top of this mitigation zone. And that's what I would be looking for. So then I would probably bring my stop loss at least up to here. Stop loss will be at least 12 pips. Same with this one, 12 pips. So that's what I would be looking for. So now I'm thinking about my break and retest here. Close and go below. Might have plenty of room to hit the next zone. Might put my break and retest for the sell here. I know we have news at 8:30. 7:42, so we still got less than an hour for that. So I'm probably going to put my break and retest in. Maybe a little bit. I'll keep it there for now. See what price does. And then the price ends up moving a certain way, then I might move my break and retest a little bit more. So that's pretty much it. So then, of course, I'll turn on my volume indicator. So that way I'll see what's the volume. New York session hasn't started yet. So that's another thing I'm going to wait for. It starts at 8 o'clock. So then I'm going to turn on the Delorean EMA indicator. I use this indicator as extra confirmation on any analysis I do. So anytime when the yellow EMA crosses the red EMA and it's above or below the 50 EMA, that's usually a sign of a strong candle or a strong trend. Kind of like what you see here. Price went above the 50 EMA, strong bullish candle. And then here, strong bearish trend. So we see the yellow is sticking out. So it probably has, you know, another shot of selling, probably down to this next zone at least. So we'll see what we get. So the New York session will be starting in about 15 minutes or so. We have news at 8:30. We'll see what happens with that. And then we move according to those events. So be right back. All right, all right, guys. So the New York session has started about 9 minutes ago. We have another 5 minutes until the 8:15 candle. Then after that, the 8:30 candle is going to form, and that's when the news is going to settle in. So we'll see what the news does and how it affects price. So we'll see. Be right back. So now we're at the 8:30 candle. We'll see what the news does. That's one more thing I forgot to put my rules up here. There we go. We'll see what the 8:30 news does. We'll see. Be right back, guys. All right, guys, so we're close to the 9:15 candle. So I'm gonna see what the 9:15 candle does. That's going to kind of determine where I want to put my entry price, where I'm going to set my trades and figure out what I'm going to do. So, so once we hit once we get close to the 9:30 bell, that's when I'm going to kind of figure out exactly where I want to put my entry price for my pending orders. Pending orders is something that I'm probably going to start implementing because it's going to help me to execute exactly where I want my entry price at, and that is at the breaking point, a good entry breaking point. So we'll see. Be right back. Wow, this thing already sold, hit my pending order. A good thing I set it there. Wow, busting my first take profit, 300. Oh, I'm just going to close this trade. Almost $400 profit, 500. My goodness. Yeah, I need to be doing pending orders, no question. I went on ahead and closed that, hit my second take profit. Let me share my phone screen. Hold on. $472 profit. Made my money back. Yeah, that's what I need to be doing, pending orders. Boom, boom, boom. That was on one trade. Wow, how many pips was that? Yeah, that was a perfect pending order. That's what I need to be doing. 22 pips, phenomenal. Give me 1 second here. Let me pause this recording real quick. Okay, so that was a very good sell. I decided to put another pending order entry here on my other demo. So I just made it on my other account for my funding account. Now I'm gonna switch to my play demo and see how this pending order goes, just to practice it. So once I get in the profit and see how I do, I'll resume this recording. But if I don't end up in profit and it doesn't work out, then I'll just end this session since we made money on that account. Be right back. So my buy does, so my sell stop activated. Man, already in profit quickly, crazy. Just want to test it out real quick, see what happens. Once I make my other profit again, I'll resume this recording. Yep, so price went my way again on that second pending order in my practice demo. And I wasn't in drawdown too long. So let me share that phone screen and then I'm going to end this session. Hold on. Man, the euro really dropped today. So this is my practice demo for ACAP. And as you look here, $308 profit, $17 profit. So that was great. And then on my evaluation for my funding account, and as you can see, this is the $432 profit I made. Of course, they took out $29 for taxes. So we had a very successful trade. This was nice. I really, really like that. So that's it for this session. Price from my entry point here all the way down to here, it dropped 34 pips and it's still dropping. It's insane. So that's why I like to do pending orders. That's something I'm going to implement more of. But that's pretty much it, guys. So that's it for this session. Take care.